Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I'm gonna be completely honest. Yesterday's episode was so annoying, and today's episode was so annoying that I'm kind of just like, maybe I should just took a break from watching this show for a little bit. Maybe I should have, because I'm gonna talk about today's episode, and then from the little bit I can remember of yesterday, I'll try to talk about that too, because there was a whole lot of stupid in that episode as well, but Steffi and this, listen, I get it. She's in the hospital. She's feeling vulnerable. She's feeling weak. But it's like every 5 seconds, she's like, my husband, my husband, my husband. I'm like, oh, how long are we going to sit there and sit through this now? Because, like, I just, I can't with her. I really, really can't. It's like every 5 minutes, where's my husband at? Where's my husband, Liam? And, you know, Brooke seems like she's the only person that's making a bit of sense because she's like, she's talking to a room full of idiots, pretty much. Well, at least two idiots in mind, Taylor and Ridge. She's like, okay, so we just gonna let her continue on with this fantasy land? Like we just gonna let that just play out? What about Hayes? We just gonna act like that just is not a thing? Like, I get that they're like, listen, she's fragile, she's weak, this, that, and the third. But I'm like, and there's one point where Taylor's like, well, I'm not going to allow it. I'm like, well, sweetheart, I'm pretty sure reality is going to have a different set of plans. So good luck with all that. But I, I get that they're happy that the daughter's awake and that they want to sit there and try to play it up for a little bit because she's not accepting the reality and this, that, and the third. But I'm like, y'all got to start thinking about long terms. Like, and Brooke is also like, yo, what is that gonna do for Hope? Having her husband play, play husband to Steffi. How's she's looking out. She's looking out for her daughter and looking out for their marriage. And I think at one point, one second, I could have swore, because I'm gonna be honest, this episode just annoyed the hell out of me. If you couldn't tell by my demeanor, by my tone, by my facial expression, there was one point where Taylor was like, I think secretly Steffi, still loves Liam or something like that. And I'm like, well, what the hell does that actually say about her and Finn's relationship at that point? Like, what does that say about that relationship? I mean, like I said, I wasn't a fan of Finn. I felt like a sock puppet could have did his job and would did the exact same amount of energy and value to the show. But and Steffi is like every 5 minutes, Liam, where's Liam at? Please get Liam. And Liam gets to get my daughter. And, Sheila is just acting like a weirdo at this point. Like, you're still waiting there, trying to see if Steffi's going to remember. I'm like, and what happens when Steffi remembers? Oh, wait, you go to jail. That's what happens. Unless you're planning on shooting her and then shooting everyone else at the damn hospital. What is your plan? I don't understand. She's waiting there to see if Steffi's going to remember something. How long you plan on camping out there? I don't understand that. It's just, oh my goodness. It's like I went from GH to days, and then this big ass drop down to B&B. I just, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. There's one point where Hope goes into the room, and I'm like, Hope, what in the hell do you think what is your plan going in there? You do realize that she thinks that your husband is, well, her husband. So she goes in there with this somewhat rah-rah speech about how we're all there for you and this, that, and the third. And then Liam gets there and Steffi's like, yo, listen, I need some time with my family. Sweetheart, what you thought was going to wind up happening? So Hope has this stupid look on her face like, your husband? That hurts my feelings. Like, that's the look that she had on her face. And I'm like, and then she lurks outside and like peeking through, watching them play pretend family. And I'm like, I know that they're real family, but that's not her husband. But they're watching Liam play pretend, or she's watching Liam play pretend with that look of hurt on her face, like, and her two idiot parents are just out there like, nah, we're gonna let that play out. I feel like that was about it for the most part. So you had Quinn, and this is yesterday's episode a little bit. You had Quinn and Carter talking, and I'm gonna be honest, it was this episode that pissed me off too. Pissed me off so much. Watching Carter and Quinn talk, and Quinn is like, "Oh, I missed you," and Carter asked the question, "Hey, did that whole little issue get resolved in the bedroom between you and Eric?" And she doesn't answer. And I'm like, "So are we just gonna act like that just didn't happen? We're just gonna pretend like erectile dysfunction is just not a thing anymore? It's like I literally sit there. It's like if you're not gonna sit there and talk about it, what is the? I swear, I feel like at this point they made certain characters an afterthought. Like we've been on the Steffi train ride for about 2 or 3 weeks now, and yesterday we saw um Carter and Quinn, and I'm just like, so how's everything going? How's your marriage? You're not gonna share anything. So you're still having your sex problems, and she's talking about how Eric is not really spending a lot of time with her. He's spending time in the guest room or the guest house, and I'm like, okay, um, what does that mean? You back out on the prowl again? You just like what is that supposed to mean? Is that an opening? Is that an invitation? Where is this going? You talk about their friendship and how Carter can't sit there and mess with another Forrester woman. And I'm like, isn't Carter supposed to be some sort of lawyer or something? Can't you just like find a way to wiggle yourself out of this whole mess that you got yourself in? Are you just like, well, are you just like with Paris, just like, screw the job, I'll just live on love and no food because we're not getting any money. I know there was more to that episode, and I know it had a lot to do with Steffi whining about her husband and Liam playing pretend, and everyone just being like, "Nah, that's cool," and Sheila, of course, being the weirdo that she is, because why not? Here's the thing: at least when Sheila was dangerous, she was fun to watch. You know, she was fun to watch when she was dangerous. Watching her sit in that hospital room is just stupid. You shot her to keep her silent. She's awake. Okay? Your survival instinct should be run. Well, I guess what's she planning on doing? Like killing her in her sleep? Getting past everyone in the room? Everyone in the hospital that cares about her? What is her grand plan? This is, I knew I forgot to talk about something days. I'll try to write a note on my phone or something. I felt like there was more to that episode, but I also felt like that episode pissed me off, just like today's episode pissed me off. I feel like that's about it for the most part. I probably missed a couple of things, but this episode, it gave me absolutely nothing. And you got two grown ass adults. From what I understand, again, I repeat myself. Okay, they want to make sure that Stephanie doesn't suffer a psychotic break. If she didn't have a child with another man, I can see them playing this out for a little bit. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with her son? Just kind of hide him out and be like, "Hey, mommy's going through something for a little bit." Let's see how long that plays out. I feel like they're gonna be doing a shift soon. They're gonna have Steffi with Liam, and I know that people are gonna be all angry. It should be fun. Personally, don't have I don't have a personal investment in either, if Liam should be with either one of them, because sometimes I feel like Liam could be funny, he could be interesting, but I also feel like he could be, well, a screw up. I still remember him from when he was on GH, and I feel like in a lot of ways his character is more or less the same. The thing about with these actors is that they put their personalities a little bit into what they do. Is what makes it so authentic. So whenever you got a person that recasts or whatever, it doesn't come across the same. And I look at if you watch um well if you watch Y&R and you look at Jason Thomas. Look at Jason Thomas plays Patrick Drake. You look at him play Billy Abbott. They're not really that much of a difference. I mean, there's subtleties, but it's still his personality. Um, I'm like, where the hell am I actually going with this? Oh, so Liam, I feel like he's not that much of a different character from when he was Dylan Quartermain. Um, anyway, I feel like they're just shift in the universe as far as what they're gonna be doing with these characters, and it's supposed to be all fun, 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 but uh, maybe when Steffi starts acting like Steffi again, because here's the thing: at least when she was like, bossy pants, and she was kind of annoying after a while. But this is like this weak. My husband, my husband, my husband. Afterwards, like, oh my goodness, where's my damn headphones at? Because it just like. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I don't really know what else to say except for I'm disappointed, but I've been disappointed for a while in this show, with certain characters and certain things that they do. But yeah, I don't really know what actually I'm going with this, so trying to find a way to end on a positive note, but I really can't do it. And I'm not going to try because that would just be lying, and I'm not going to do that. That being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.